What's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast, and today we're going to talk about Will Smith. So before we get started, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So let's get moving. Okay, so Will Smith. Will Smith has a new movie coming out called Emancipation. It's supposed to come out December 2nd, and Will Smith has been going around saying that he hopes that his actions don't affect pretty much the success of this movie. And the actions that he's referring to is the slap that happened at that Oscars when he slapped Chris Rock when he made a joke about calling his wife or saying that his wife looked like G.I. Jane. And he decided to go on stage, take out his aggression on Chris Rock because that joke was not the reason why he slapped him. It was because his manhood was being tested all throughout social media and the media in general because his wife was involved in an entanglement with rapper Algus Alsina. Okay, and it seemed like his wife Jada can do what she wants to do, and he can't, right? So he was mad about that, and it seemed like it seemed like he wanted to hit someone else, but Chris Rock was the one that he decided to take it out on, take it out on a smaller man. It was just a very weak move. We all know that, right? And he has apologized, and he's tried to reach out to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock said that he still wants to take his time. Um, and he's not ready to talk to Will Smith, right? But I mean, I don't know why Will Smith needs to make that statement. Okay, like just make your movie and hope that it's successful and that you let other people determine if they want to see if they're still your fans, then people are going to see the movie. If they decide not to be your fans, then so be it. Accept what your actions did and how it stained your career, and that a lot of people will not get past it. Me personally, I mean, I'm not gonna get past it. I mean, what he did was just a coward move. Like, literally that whole saying, pick on someone your own size, especially when it comes to a comedian. And this is just an accountability thing, right? Yes, he's apologized and stuff like that. I understand, but when you do something like this to someone, when you make someone look small in any situation, and then now you want to apologize for it, that's up to the other person. You can apologize all you want to, and it's up to the other person to decide if they want to forgive you or not. Okay, like you need to show contrition, apologize, and move on. And you hope that the other person will be willing in the future to talk to you and make amends, right? Um, and I think that Will Smith is like, because he's so popular and it's almost kind of like he feels like he's being ghosted, right? It feels like he really wants to talk to Chris Rock. He really wants Chris Rock to show that he's forgiven him, and it seemed like Will Smith really wants that, right? But no, he does. I'm not gonna say he deserves to have it or not. I mean, I will say this. I think that Will Smith, when enough time has passed, that yeah, I hope that he's able to overcome this, and I hope that eventually him and Chris Rock can talk about this and sit down and have a discussion. If I mean, maybe not. I don't care. I just think that it was just a weak move, and that if Chris Rock doesn't want to talk to Will Smith ever again, that's totally fine, right? And maybe in Chris Rock's mind that hey, he's already forgiven him, but he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna leave that man away because Will Smith at that time. I mean, it just seemed like the whole situation with his wife and everything just seemed like a whole very toxic situation, and Will Smith just wanted to exert that onto Chris Rock's face, right? Which was just so wrong on a lot of different levels. And obviously, he's been suspended from the Oscars because of those actions. I don't know, like a year or two or something like that. And this movie is coming out towards the end of the year, so he's trying to make he wants to, his accolade season gonna come up in the new year, so he wants to kind of push his movie. But I mean, it's what you did was so damaging to yourself, was so damaging as a man, and like like look, I don't try to like. I'll say it. I'll say it. I mean, it wasn't a good look for black people. It wasn't. I mean, it's really not a race issue, but it's just kind of like when you see two prominent black people get into it like this on national TV, you know, it just kind of just brings up so many stereotypes that just wasn't needed for us. You got a black man comedian hosting the Oscars, and then you got Will Smith, about going to win an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a night of celebration. Instead, you chose to muck it up, because you're in your feelings about your wife, right? So no, I mean he's gonna have to continue to take accountability for this, and any movie that you work on going forward, like, yeah, this is always gonna be there. enough time hasn't passed for this to just kind of be like, that was like 5, 6 years ago. I've moved on, and you know what I'm saying. But I mean, it's still your past is your past. You showed your true self in that moment, and yeah, you all the work you've done. I mean, you can ruin it in a matter of seconds, right? I mean, that's a lesson to all of us. When we've built ourselves up, when we've worked hard to do something, um, and then in a split second you can come crashing down faster than it took for you to build it up, right? That goes for all of us, and Will Smith is not the exception. And if this movie flops, it flops, and maybe it deserved to flop. Antoine Fuqua is a good director, and it's unfortunate that this movie's probably going to tank. It has a limited release in theaters anyway, and it's going to be on streaming services. I'm not looking for. I'm not going to watch this movie. I'm not going to care to watch it, not because of the whole Will Smith thing. It's just more so of like I get tired of like these, slave reenactment movies and just kind of like bringing it. Like I mean, we can. I just get tired of these historical movies. I mean, I get it; it's our history, and not trying to forget about it. But it just seems like when we need material as Black creators for movies, it's like we need to bring up, we need to go back to a time that just wasn't good for us, and we need to Hollywood it up and make a movie, right? It's just kind of so no. But as for Will Smith though, no, you're gonna have to wear this one. You're gonna have to wear this one for a while. And yeah, man. So let this be a lesson, man. Don't go slapping people because you're in your feelings. You need to fix your house. Clean up your house inside, and work on that. Don't take it out on a man who's making jokes, who's a comedian. And then the blowback is that you have a movie coming out, and now you don't want your actions to determine how profitable or successful this movie is. No, no, this is accountability in all ways, and this is part of the process. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.